Do not be greedy. I'm telling you again, don't be greedy. And what I mean by this is when you're trading stocks or crypto, whether you're day trading or swing trading, and by the way, this is not financial advice. If you choose to invest, do so after doing your own research and only invest what you can afford. All right. And if you hang on to the end of the video, I will show you how to do a custom sell order in Cash App on a stock that you sell to automatically take your profit at whatever level you want it at. Okay, so this is in response to a message, a very good question that I received in the comment section. So what I'm going to do is show you there are different levels. You can invest in a stock and you can watch it, go down. You can dollar cost average. You can do lump sum average and whatever you want to do. But when it gets above that break even point and you're in the profits, you have to know when to sell. You have to know when to cash out. Sometimes hey, let's keep it real. It may not always be when you're in the profit. You may have a trade that dips and goes way, way down and stays down for a lengthy period of time. And you might just be happy that it comes up to a break even point. And then when you get to that break even point or even just below it, in some cases you'll be very happy to just get out of that trade and, move on to something else. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about being greedy today with profit. So I'm going to use an example of Hexo right here. Now, this is a what's known as a penny stock. It's a cannabis company. I recently made a play on this, and I got into it this past week. And let me go down and show you my details. This is the stock platform of Cash App. So you go down to my activity here. Okay, so as you can see, I bought $100. I did fractional shares. I bought fractional shares. I did $100 on the 17th, and then I bought another $20. And actually I bought quite a few shares because this stock was only worth 19 or 20 cents when I bought it per share. So I was able to rack up a lot of shares of this stock. Let's look at the 17th here. So I bought like 488 shares of this stock with the first one, and which that's not important. The important thing I want to note here is that I invested a sum of $120 in 2 days, and with the intention of swing trading it. So I noticed on Friday that it went up. It actually went up into the positive about 18%. And when I saw it get to around 18%, I went ahead and sold my position and took my profit of $21.74. You can see right here. So a $120 investment within 1 day, 1 or 2 days, 2 days actually, became $141.74. As you can see here, I had a fee of 7 cents, and the price went from 20 cents per share to 24 cents per share, which is roughly around 17 to 18% gain. So, I timed it, and this is not something I would normally do. I timed it just right because it really didn't go up much more than that. If I had waited a little bit longer, it would have retracted some, but I went ahead and when I saw the level it was at, I said, you know what, that's a very good percentage. That's a great gain. And so I went ahead and sold because I didn't want to be too greedy on this play. And this is not even a big play. This is not, a major play. It was just $120. So, but I'm showing you this for, just for illustrative purposes that, 18% is a lot. It's a high percentage. And the thing is, even if you take a 2 or 3% gain and lock in your profits on that 2 or 3% gain, that is still a very good thing, because some profit is better than no profit. If somebody said if I was guaranteed to get 3%, 2%, 3% per day without fail, oh, I would go all in. I would take that any day. But of course, we never know for sure what the market is going to do. We can only take educated guesses on what the market is going to do. And so the only thing I can do is share my journey with you. When I notice, my rule of thumb is, depending on what type of stock it is, I shoot for around, if I'm swing trading, I shoot for around roughly like an 8% gain before I lock in my profits. Sometimes I take a little more than that, sometimes a little less, but that is, somewhat a little bit high. But when you look at trading and the fact that you're basically having your funds working for you, the funds that you invest is working for you. You're not trading time for money. You're not selling anybody anything. The money's working for you. So that's why I say some profit is better than no profit. And what you want to do is grow the portfolio that you have and get it to a level to where you feel comfortable, and you can actually create a daily or weekly income based off of the gains that you have. For instance, if you invest let's say $10,000, you invest $10,000 and you have a goal of a 5% gain, you can take that money and invest in various stocks or crypto and say, okay, I want to make 5% per day off of this $10,000 through my investment. Now, you're not gonna win every day with every investment. If you're swing trading, sometimes you may need to leave that money for a few days, maybe a week, maybe one day. But if you have all of it working for you and you're drawing 5% a day increases or gains, 5% of $10,000 is $500. So you're looking at a $500 profit on average per day, 5 days a week. Do the math on that. Do the math on what $500 a day, 5 days a week is, if you're drawing 5%. And that's not an impossible thing to do. If you are good at researching and knowing what to invest in and what to swing trade, 5% on a daily basis across the board is not an impossible thing to do. And it can be even higher than that, in my opinion, and it could be lower. 2% on $10,000, you're still, that's a full-time income on a daily basis. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what the possibilities are when you invest, when you swing trade, because a lot of people look at swing trading as, it's methodical, it's slow, not as sexy as day trading. But in my opinion, it's easier because it's less stressful. You're not having to look at 3 or 4 different monitors at all times. You can actually work. You can actually go to work and swing trade at the same time because you're not having to watch the screen. Oh, and let me show you. Let me go into one of my real quick. Let me go into one of my, because I promised I would do this. Let me go into one of my current trades. Okay, let's go into SPY right here. All right. So right now I have $80 invested. I'm at a loss or a negative gain of $1.52. So I'm sitting at $78.48 in the S&P 500 right now. So if I were going to sell my position, and this is how you would lock in your profits without having to be constantly logging into your platform and checking your position. So you hit the sell button and you see here, you have the S&P 500. All right. Instead of selling a dollar amount, you want to hit change order type right there. Okay. And then you see where it says custom sell order. So what you can do right here, you toggle that little button right there to the level of profit or loss that you're okay accepting. So if you're not wanting to fall below a certain amount, and you're like, okay, if I lose 4%, I'm going to get out of this. And you can set it right here at 4%. It won't get right at it, but you can get it like at 4.3, 4.1%, and it will sell your position if it lost 4%. Also, if you went in the positive, and let's say you wanted to lock in a gain of 6%, and it moves up, say within a day, it moves up 6%. And you just hit the set button. I'm not going to go all the way through the motions. You hit the set button like that, and then it asks you how much you want to sell. You can sell a certain amount of it, or you can sell your whole position, and then it will ask you to confirm. But I don't want to sell this position, so I'm not doing that right now. But I want to show you how you go through the process of a custom sell order, so that you're not having to watch your trade throughout the day, because that can be stressful as well. You're trying to work, you're doing something, and let me look at it. It was moving up a little bit, so let me see if it's still going up or is it going back down. You don't have to worry about that. Just set your custom order and leave it alone. Check it at the end of the day, or you will receive a notification if the threshold is met. So if y'all have any questions about that or anything else I've discussed, please hit me up in the comments below, and I greatly appreciate your well thought out comments. It means a lot. I try to respond to everybody. Okay, y'all have a good rest of the day, and look out for a video from me within the next couple of days.